Hi, hi and welcome in my another video about sublimation printing. Um, Today I would like to show you the very interesting product. It's on market for months and months now, for years I would actually say, no, maybe not for years, quite long. Um, it's very popular if you get it right, and that's funny. I just mentioned that when you get it right. Lots of people discriminating this blank because it's quite tricky to press. Um, some some people tried like 5, 10, 15 goes and they had no luck and they just push back. They just don't want that product anymore. They wish to print, but they just don't know how to. So I don't know. It's down to the gear they use, heat press, maybe ink, maybe printer, maybe paper. It might be everything. So I will try to show you how I do it. I had a fail. I had a couple fails on those, but that was a long time ago when I tried to find out what works for me. Once I find out, I'm quite happy with every single item I produce. So what are we talking about? We're talking about the slate, the photo slates. The natural item is a piece of slate, is a stone, piece of rock, coated with white coating on the one side, and is with rough edges. It's a very nice item. It comes in a handy box, so if you have a online shop or any customer you need to send it out, you can use that box. Keep it safe. Also, is every single one I had them from Coralgraph and I had them from other places, other reviews. So I dropped some of it. They all packed the same. They all packed in those black boxes. Also, they packed in a bubble wrap, like envelope thing. Clear the back. Here we go. That's what it is. That's how it looks. This is actually a rectangle shape, but this is a 13.5 and 23.5 by 2.7, all in centimeters. I expect. Yep. As you can see, nice, smooth, matte. It's not shiny. It's matte. It's matte finished. Well, it's glossy, but you don't see this gloss when it's printed. And lovely rough edges. Some people might say first time they think why the edges oversprayed. That's the best about them. They oversprayed. When you wrap your image around the slate, all the image transfer to the rough sides, and looks just really nice. I really like this product, but as I said, you need to get it right. I try to show you how I do it, and I hope next time when you try them, you'll love them. Also, you have a little stand, 2 foot, so you can actually ready for the display. Ready for the display for your customer, for yourself. Also, you can it's flexible. You can do the other way, vertical or horizontal. Both way looks brilliant. I'm gonna print vertical today, as I have a suitable image for the vertical. Also, what will you need? What I would suggest, I did try to print them with just paper up in the press. My press is ready. With just close the press, and it didn't work. They might crack. The paper might stick to them, stick to the slate. So what I use a silicone sheet. It's a baking silicone. You can get it of your local supermarket. You can get them in a hardware shop, and you can get them on eBay. I tried to post a link to the eBay auction where I have it from. It's in UK. It's huge. This is actually half of it. I bought. The other half is cut it in the shape for the max. I think I paid 7 or 8 quid for this. It's brilliant. It's no texture. It's nice and smooth, so the texture won't be transferred to the blank. Yeah. Also, what I would suggest, to use is this. That's the oven glove, so you don't feel the heat. Well, you will if you keep it too long, but don't try it. This item is warmer than other items. You probably pressed. Most of the items I press is like from 40, 50, 60 seconds up to the 3.5, maybe 4 minutes at max. This one stayed a bit longer. So 480 seconds for me. So let's print here and see how we come up. I hope we'll be like always. Will be lovely. Okay, so my press is ready. Is heat up to 205 degrees. That's in Celsius. I'll check how much this is in the Fahrenheit, and I post a subtitle on the bottom, so you should see it now. Okay, so I have my slate. I have my pressure ready. It's about medium strong. Some people say I'll do light. Doesn't work for me. Try it. Picture is never transferred correctly. Always get some issues there. So the medium hard, medium heavy works for me. Works best for me. So little step by step. On the middle, put the slate on the middle. Well, maybe not yet. I forgot about something very, very important. Some people who it depends what printer you use. What printer and what paper you use. Some paper might stick, some paper might stick a bit less, but most papers I ever tried, they all stick. Less or more, but they all stick a little bit. So if you found this sticky to the slate, that's fine. Don't worry, this is only coating. Coating is like a clay thing. It will come off and stick to the slate. That's fine. If you dump the slate when it cool down after printing, if you dump it in the water, put a little soap on it, and scratch a little bit, and it will come off quite easy. But again, this depends what paper you use. I use the text print a lot, and I found it perfect for my slates, but I unfortunately ran out, so I use the Tropics now. I used it only once, and I actually don't remember how it come up with, so it will be good for reminding me. That's my transfer. This is a old lady with a grandson. She's waiting for that slate now, so I hope it will come up quite nicely. Again, this is Tropics. If you use a text print is high release paper, and you probably find it's more damp. You can see the mold is like more deposit of ink. It's actually not more deposit, it just don't suck the ink that well. So what you do, I would always not really suggest, just put underneath the press and just hover your press, whatever press you have. If you have a clamshell, just hold the press, don't touch the transfer. Just for a few seconds to dry up a little bit. You'll notice that all the corners will rise because of the heat. So that would do just a little bit. Right? On the text print, if you have a lot of ink, you'll notice it's dry. So that's good. So this is, I really always suggest, because the damp ink will give you funny effects, like a wet effect. Sometimes, not always. It did sometimes to me. Okay. So what's very important? Just put the slate on the middle, right on the middle. If it's big like this, big on the side, big on this side, big on the top or bottom, it might not transfer correctly. So always on the middle. Use the silicone sheets. I really recommend them. Some people don't use them. Just put the transfer on the top. I tried. One slate cracked. Rest of them I tried. They looked good. They actually looked good, but they always had some imperfection in the places, and I think this is due to because of slate is actually a natural product. It's a stone, and maybe not exactly flat. If it's not exactly flat, excuse me, you have to even it out with something. So I would suggest silicone. So it's very important. This is very cold and very thick item, blank. So I would suggest to put put the silicone sheet on it and warm it up for about 1 minute, at least 1 minute. Some people do this. Don't do that. I don't know why, but don't do it. It just won't work. All you need to do is just fully press and count the 1 minute. It will really, really help. Some people warm up the slates, but they never warm up the silicone sheets. The silicone sheet must be warm as well. When it sandwich this transfer between warm slate and warm silicone, it will work best. What I found funny, no, it's not funny, but what I found interesting is my transfers stick less. I don't know what's that got to do with it, but it does work for me, and I actually reckon it does stick less to the slates. So I warm up both my slate with my silicone sheet on the top. As I said, it's quite cold item, so even after heating up for 1 minute, you should be able just to handle the slate still in the bare hands. So this is how cold this is. So let's wait a couple more seconds, maybe 5 more seconds, and I will check if it's actually warm. Okay. Well, that's hot. That's definitely hot. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Moisture in stone, even in stone, you get loads of moisture. Yeah, that's warm. Well, I went a bit too far with this handling with bare hands, I think. But you can do it. I use this. Better not risk. So now, put the transfer on the bottom of your heat press. And now, place the slate on your image. Remember, the slate has weight oversprayed edges. That's why I printed about 10 millimeters or 1 centimeter bigger bleeding. This is for the edges. It should look nice. So now you need to wrap it. Wrap your image. Too much. You need to wrap your image. Wrap it like this. Use a heat tape. Some people don't use a heat tape. Some people just wrap it. For the safety, for the sake of the safety, I use the heat tape if I can get hold of the end of the heat tape, of course. There we go. That's the heat tape. I got very thin heat tape, about 5 millimeters at the moment. I don't really like that much this heat tape, but that's what I have at the moment. So if you don't have what you like what you have, if you know what I mean. Okay, and now the longer it is wrapped. Stone, the tape is sticking surprisingly nice to the stone. I never knew it would stick so nice. It's a natural product again. It's a bloody rock. So okay, wrapped up. So now some people do it that way, facing down. I think, okay, if it works for you, brilliant, fantastic. I just show you the way I do it. Do it that way. Make sure it's nice and smooth, and get the still warm silicone on top. Just nice. 205 degrees, 480 seconds. Ready? let's start counting. We done a slate. As I just show you, you've seen that's quite important. The paper sticks on the bottom and on the top of the slate. All I did, just put some hot water in a plastic bowl, just a little bit of soap, a bit of soapish water, and just dip it in there. This is after it cooled. You don't want to do it. It doesn't matter how hot the water is, the slate might crack. So don't do it. Just leave it till cold. When it's cold, when it cool down, you just pick it up, put it in a hot water with soapish water. When the coating soaked the water, you just take the bit of cloth and just rub it off. Just rub it off, and it come off. Then, when all the paper come off, then you will see the coating. The coating will give you like a spot. I cannot show you because it won't show you on the camera. It will just to show under the specific light. So you need to work with your slate. When you see this spot, all you do. Take the polish remover. If you have a polish remover in your house, take the acetone-free polish remover, beat up on a cloth, and just pull it out, and all the coating nicely will come off. Just work, put little circles with a cloth, and it will come off. I can prove you that. You can see my slate. I don't know. I don't think you'll see it properly, so I just switch the light on. Should be a bit better. I don't know if you can see it. That's there was a spot in here, and there was a spot in here where the paper stick. That's fine. That's natural. The paper always stick. To me anyway, I found it. I think 4 or 5 type of different papers, and it always stuck. So maybe a bit more, a bit less, but it always stuck. The least sticking paper I found is text print, but the print wasn't always perfect. It was quite good, quite perfect, but you need to find the perfect settings. What it made it perfect, it was when you dry the paper underneath the press. That was make it almost perfect print with the text print, and the least sticking to the surface. So here it is, a little distance, and that's slate is ready to go to my friend and be displayed. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you see it. I show you again. Look on the edges. Look on the edges. Can you see the oversprayed edges? This is why I said is brilliant, because they was white. Now you can see that all the ink transferred to those edges, and it looks actually very elegant, very nice. I like it. So let's place it on a little stand. I think this is really it. I think there is no more you can tell about the slates. Well, there is much more. There is loads of how to marketing them, how to sell them. I'm sure you can. How much this one costs? £3, £3.50, something like this, and you can sell it for 25, 30, 35 pounds if you have a good market for them. Yeah. I think that will be it. So I hope you learn something for the slates. I hope you won't discriminate those blanks. They're brilliant. They come in lots of different shapes, different sizes. There's even great shape, great slate. I think is about A4 or maybe bigger, with the hole for the clock. So this is just great. I never pressed it. I wish to try it. I will buy it soon and try, so you can make a fantastic stone clock. And you can have with a round top arch, so it looks even better, even more natural, very odd shape. What else? That's it really. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you found it quite informative. I hope you found something for yourself, and you will press your very first slate, or maybe not very first, maybe 6th, 7th or 15th, but you never knew how to do it, never had much luck. So I hope you have a perfect slate this time. So thanks for watching my video, and please stay tuned. There's another one coming. I think the next one will be the wooden puzzles, and maybe I got any. What I'm planning to press next is laptop covers. Brilliant. So stay tuned. That will be next. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much.